Today, we will talk about the top 10 most luxurious cars in 2023. We are living through a high period of the luxury car. Never before has there been such a varied and exotic mix of offerings available within this swollen niche of the performance car market, each car with its own blend of qualities and mechanical subtleties. The list of 10 luxury cars below features everything from hardcore hooligans to more forward-looking mid-engine hybrids. There's a car for all tastes in this segment, but the ones below are our picks of the bunch. 1. Ferrari Roma. The Roma is a new mold of a more affordable Ferrari that feels very much like an old one. The classically beautiful V8-powered, front-engined, 2+2-seater coupe shares its platform with the Portofino, but has looks and handling appeal way beyond the reach of that convertible relation. It is perhaps most alike Maranello's popular 550 Maranello of the late 1990s in spirit. Although not technically in every way, a compact, temptingly attainable, daily usable GT with the performance, excitement factor, and handling vivacity of a proper Ferrari, but a cabin and character you could really put miles on. Stuffed under Roma's lengthy hood and mounted near the middle of the car is a turbocharged 3.9-liter V8 that makes 612 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. It pairs with an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, DCT, that debuted on the even more exotic Ferrari SF90 Stradale. While we had the opportunity to get behind the wheel of the Roma, we haven't had a chance to test its performance at the track. Still, our drive taught us that this Ferrari can be enjoyed both during a nonchalant cruise or when raced around winding corners. 2. Porsche 911 Turbo S. Porsche's brutally fast, incomparably usable, four-wheel drive performance icon is back for the 992 generation, and once again ranks as one of the quickest point-to-point cars on the planet. Four-wheel drive and a new twin-turbocharged engine tuned to 641 bp contrived to deliver a 2.6 seconds 0-62 miles per hour time and a top speed comfortably north of 200 miles per hour. And as with other Porsche 911s in the current range, you can also expect a first-class cabin with tangible luxury allure and a degree of under-the-radar subtlety absent from some of the more extrovert cars on this list. As with all 911 models, the Turbo and Turbo S are technically four-seaters, although the rear seats aren't usable by adults. The cabin mirrors that of the entry-level 911 Carrera models, but with racier trim, more expensive options, and plenty of standard technology features, such as a reconfigurable digital gauge display. The 911 comes with a front trunk, which holds 2 carry-on suitcases. 3. Aston Martin Vantage. Aston Martin took a giant leap into true blue driver's car territory with the new Vantage. Never before had Gaydon departed so clearly from its traditional preference for fairly laid-back, long-legged, old-school front-engined GT luxury cars than it did here. So much about the new Vantage. From its first-order performance level to its tight, tenacious body control to its impressively advanced driveline specification and its on-track composure, handling precision and staying power, tells you loud and clear that it's ready to transform Aston into a firm that can be taken seriously by real petrolheads. 4. Aston Martin DB11 V8. The Aston Martin DB11 V8 is the bigger brother of the Vantage. The V8 is the entry-level version and the one that most qualifies for the car for consideration as an out-and-out driver's car. And by making the top half of this list, you can take it that it qualifies pretty well. It isn't the most refined car in its class, with tire roar and some rustling of air passing over the base of the A-pillar. The cabin ambience is old-school luxurious, with broad leather in abundance if you want it. 5. Honda NSX. Honda has managed to deploy world-first powertrain technology with a superb lightness of touch here. It has used unconventional means to refine and enhance rather than reinvent the conventional mid-engine driver's car. It has produced a very rare breed of exotic as a result, one that doesn't shout about its potential or impose itself on your senses, but is instead a very mature and complete driver's car and has multifaceted appeal whatever your prevailing speed and journey. 6. Audi R8 V10. The Audi R8's technical relation to the company's efforts is clear. The car is a visceral, singular tribute to power and performance, noise and revs, grip and traction. It's hugely exciting to drive, although not quite as rounded, communicative, or engaging as the very best luxury cars. When we first drove the latest R8, we felt it had lost some of the old car's character, trading it for a more digital form. However, with the introduction of the R8 R2D, which, unsurprisingly, drops its front German axle, a good helping of that character has been restored. 7. Mercedes-AMG GTA. With the space frame underbody structure of a supercar An engine from a muscle saloon, suspension tuned for maximum attack on the track, and yet the practicality and luxury feel of an elegant coupe or roadster, the GT is an even more bewildering addition to the luxury car world than the Mercedes-Benz SLS was. Affalterbach introduced the more hardcore R version of the car in 2023, as its ambitions to make inroads into the market of near neighbor Porsche's GT car clientele grew. The first version upped power to 577 bp, which remains where it rests. The extra track-focused GTR Pro version that came along in 2023 brought some chassis and suspension tweaks and aerodynamic gains but left the car's powertrain pretty much as it was. 8. Chevrolet Corvette C8. For its latest iteration, the Corvette has gone mid-engined. Yes, quite a development, but not, as it turns out, something anyone should be having serious misgivings about. For around £75,000 in the UK, the C8 offers a 475 bp naturally aspirated V8, an interesting and dramatic cabin, and genuinely well-honed mid-engine dynamics. It's not as precise or fearsome as the now discontinued McLaren 570S and doesn't generally have the same poise or accuracy as an Audi R8 or 911 Turbo. But there's meat on the bone here for people who love the engage with the process of driving and a level of polish many won't be expecting. 9. Nissan GT-R Nismo. It may have been around for more than a decade now, but the Nissan GT-R remains one of the quickest, most capable luxury cars money can buy. The hardcore Nismo version builds on this. There's a more aggressive aero package that includes a sizable rear wing, an increase in torsional rigidity, as well as tweaked springs, dampers, and anti-roll bars for even greater levels of agility. Nissan says these modifications make the GT-R Nismo even more playful on the limit, which can only be a good thing. 10. BMW M8 Competition. It's debatable whether this £130,000, 616 bp BMW Super Coupe, which also comes as a convertible or four-door, as you prefer, really ought to be considered here as a luxury car or alongside the likes of a Bentley Continental GT as a Super GT. BMW's M Division was certainly seeking to bridge both classes when it bestowed M Division tuning and styling on the M8, as well as a luxurious interior, and a driver-selectable four-wheel drive system whose front drive shafts can be disengaged completely. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.